Chapter 16, Divine Dreams. Stop chasing your dreams. They haven't run away. Between the visible and invisible is the undeniable stuff that dreams are made of. It's all there. Every manifestation that has ever been, is, and will be is already there in the invisible. This book was an idea, a thought. It is only a tangible object because of the follow-through. This is my expression of God, the divinity within. It's my dream, and you are welcome to it. May I share in yours? No one stands between you and your dreams except the dreamer. Power your dreams, not your doubts. Tell yourself a positive story. What is it you want to do? What is it you're going to do? You don't need someone outside of you to say, yes, you can. We are the only ones who can give ourselves permission. Every great accomplishment has been the result of ignoring sage advice. Read the previous sentence again. I'll do it for you. Every great accomplishment has been the result of ignoring sage advice. I'm glad there was dissatisfaction with the game of cricket that gave us baseball. Dissatisfaction with rugby and soccer gave us American football. Color outside the lines, or better yet, draw your own lines and create your own colors. It's the divinity within seeking expression. Collected dreams tucked between pages, perched high on a shelf, a flight of fancy, an inspiration you chose to close to yourself. Most of my epigrams are written to inspire. A few are written as virtual finger snaps. When I hear a friend lamenting about bygone days and opportunities, I tell them to snap out of it. It is not too late. How many dreams are sitting in literal attics, garages, and on closet shelves, or the equivalent ones in our minds? Whatever you love to do and would love to share must be done from the perspective of expressing your divine gifts. Life is a gift exchange. If you are seeking fame and fortune without the idea that what it is you're creating is going to bring joy and improve lives, then all you really have is a vain vehicle to pay bills. There is nothing wrong with a job, and it can be done with sacred reverence, but a means to an end isn't a dream or promise fulfilled. Celebrity is fine. I have been a celebrity for 30 years, but it is what I could do with that celebrity that really mattered. I could ask advertisers to pony up cash and merchandise for the Christmas Wish promotions. I could raise money for people and charities by putting my reputation and word behind it. Using celebrity to move hearts and minds in order to express God's good is appropriate because the effects can be everlasting. Using it to get adoration from fans can be empty and fleeting. Many people fall short of their dreams because they thought they were competing for them. You are not competing. You are creating. You create your dreams in mind, and you fulfill them indeed. If you want the life of your dreams, begin living the dreams of your life. The universe is abundant. There is no limitation to God, and as a child of God, you are limitless as well. You are God's best idea. Like a bee in a field of flowers, what you desire is all around you. Wake up and show us your dream. Marianne Williamson writes in her book, Return to Love, "Your playing small doesn't serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you." My picture is in the dictionary next to shrinking. I am usually the tallest one in the room. I am always the largest one in the room. I had a well-meaning mentor once tell me that I should purposely drop something before going into an interview in order to put the interviewer at ease. He said that my presence is intimidating to most people and I should act oafish so they feel in control. This is bad advice. You don't marry the girl you don't respect. You want your next job to be a long-term relationship built on mutual respect. I'm usually one of the smarter ones in the room as well, but intelligence and corporate America are often at odds. It doesn't take a lick of intelligence to fire people in order to improve the bottom line. It does take intelligence to create ways to generate money while not laying people off. The former is the proverbial cutting off your nose to spite your face. The latter is what I have always done well, but it takes time to manifest the money, and there is little patience in business. This is not a book about finances. Those books all say, however, that the worst way to become monetarily wealthy is to work for someone else. The corporate system is set up so those who are running the show reap the greatest rewards, while you get what they allow to trickle down. Don't miss the banquet on the table while picking up the crumbs on the floor. Your dream is your own business. It deserves your full attention. Don't cut and run from your dreams. Delaying satisfaction is what the most successful people are able to do. There was an experiment done in 1972 at Stanford University where a group of children between the ages of 4 and 6 were given a marshmallow or a choice of an Oreo cookie or a pretzel and told that if they could wait 15 minutes before eating it, they'd get another. Some of the kids simply ate the treat immediately after the adult left the room, while others covered their eyes or looked away in order to resist temptation. Only 1/3 of the 600 children were able to defer gratification long enough to earn the doubling of their selected snack. Although the experiment was originally designed to see if one's age played a role in the ability to defer gratification, it was the follow-up study that was most telling. The children who were able to delay gratification in order to reap a greater bounty scored much higher on their college entrance exams and were evaluated as being the more competent of the children. Whether we are talking about leaving money in an account that is compounding interest or being patient enough to let a dream unfold, you get the idea. It would not surprise me if there have been times when I have settled for the first decent job that came along in order to make ends meet, instead of delaying gratification long enough to land the larger market position of my dream. The key in your decision-making is that feeling in your gut, your intuition. Are you pulling the trigger because you are afraid that there might not be another opportunity? There are always more opportunities, as many as you choose to accept. If you are choosing out of an emotion of fear, you are not allowing your divinity to operate through you. God is not afraid, and neither is the divine you. I'm not saying to never take a menial job. There can be great fun in flipping burgers, and the friends you create may be life-changing in the long run. Just don't do it out of fear. At the time of this writing, I began a fast. I am drinking only fluids and a bit of broth. I'm on day 9 of what I plan to be a 21-day fast to end 2010 and begin 2011. Every day I have had that moment where I stare longingly into the refrigerator filled with holiday goodies. Hello, pumpkin pie and whipped cream. How have you been doing, Mr. Honey Glazed Ham? I am actually less hungry now than I was on day 4. I am delaying gratification because I know the benefits of fasting are considerable. I've already lost 24 pounds. I am detoxifying, and my wife has commented on my glow. Fasting is one of the 3 things God asks us to do, besides love, in the Bible: give, pray, and fast. Most people regularly do the first 2. Fasting is a way to heighten the awareness of your divinity. The empty sensation from your gut is a constant reminder of the sacred thing you are doing. Many people can testify to hearing or receiving divine messages while fasting. Be still and know that I am God. Jesus did not perform the miracles until after the 40 days of fasting and communion with his Father. There are over 200 passages with the word fast or fasting in the Bible, less than 25 using the word liar. Fasting is something we should do from time to time to clear our minds and body in order to be ever aware of spirit. Consult your physician. I believe if I can fast during the holidays, there is nothing I cannot do. It's the can-do spirit within, your divinity, that awaits expression. Pilot of the airwaves. When I was a child, I had a pronounced speech impediment. Yellow was pronounced wello. Radio was wadio. From age 5 until 9, I took speech classes in and out of school. I was the last kid you would think would make a career out of speaking on the radio. When I was 14 or so, I was listening to WCOL in Columbus, a legendary AM Top 40 giant. I had just been the 9th caller and won a copy of Alice Cooper's Welcome to My Nightmare album. From 1974 to 1977, I probably won over 100 albums from Super COL. The DJ took my address, one which he should have memorized by now, and said, "So, you want to be a DJ, kid?" I replied, "I don't know." Of course I did. That and being a pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds is all I thought about outside of girls. He added, "Well, you've got a good voice for it." One word of unsolicited encouragement, yet from a universal mind standpoint, maybe not so unsolicited. One word of unsolicited encouragement from my radio idol launched a dream of working at 22 South Young Street in downtown Columbus, where the WCOL studios were, and where my mom went every week to pick up the albums I'd won. Yes, she did love me. WCOL AM changed formats from top 40 to middle of the road in 1977. In 1978, the spirit of WCOL moved to WCOL FM and became top 40 Most Music 92X WXGT. In 1988, 9 years after entering radio and working at 9 different radio stations, I landed the 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. slot on one of America's great contemporary hit radio stations, 92X at 22 South Young Street. Not bad for a kid who once upon a time couldn't even pronounce radio. Words. As I sit at my computer typing these words describing my life and times, I don't want to miss the illustration above with regards to the power and influence we have in our word. The air personality at WCOL who offered that nod of encouragement was what this shy boy needed to hear. My desire to be a radio star was a vibration in my very being that was being transmitted and received and reflected back to me as an affirmation that this dream could come true. This is one of the reasons I have been able to so easily accept the idea of vibrations, frequencies, receiving and transmitting energies. These are radio terms. It is how radio works. The transmitter sends radio waves with bits of information vibrating at a particular frequency. If your radio is tuned to that frequency, you receive what is being transmitted. Tests have been conducted that prove our hearts and brains, yes, our minds, transmit measurable waves. Just like the radio transmission waves, these bits of information in the broadcasts of our hearts are received by those tuned into us, missed by those who are not. Are you and your dream on the same wavelength? Your passion to see this dream unfold should be almost overwhelming. It should be on your mind like a new lover. When I fall in love with an idea, it stays with me until it is birthed into physical form. If the dream you have in mind really isn't on your mind, it may just be a fancy similar to a 6th grade crush. Most people run for cover in a misguided attempt to hide their perfection from the world. Come out and play. What you can do, nobody else can. The way you can. I know your dream will be a hit when you accept your divinity and live the undeniable life. Dreams are not meant to be followed. They are meant to be followed through. Chapter 16, Divine Dreams.